Good morning, everybody. Good morning after. That's right. This Thursday, December 26th. So glad you're out there tuned in to the 2 best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi, West Alabama. So glad to have you aboard. Thanks for listening on 102.1 FM, or if you just happen to be streaming us on WALTmeridian.com, thank you for doing that. Also, just check out our app. That's WALT. It's an app. You download it on your device and off you go. So thank you for being part of us. And I believe there's a little something there called Facebook. You can join us if you like. I'm Roger B. Say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Good morning.
Merry Boxing Day or day after Christmas or something like that.
Ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Well, how many were you able to check off Christmas Eve and Christmas? How many were you able to check off? I'm talking about movies.
Oh, movies. 4.
There you go.
Yeah, not bad.
I think I got about 4 or 5 in.
Yeah.
Well,
between get-togethers and traveling here and there, did most of that on Christmas Eve. So,
well, there you go. I think Christmas Eve I knocked out, of course, naturally the Christmas Eve. That was Christmas Vacation. Always going to do that one. But before that, I think I got Home Alone 2 checked out of the way, Lost in New York. And then yesterday, let's see, we did, Scrooged. Got that one knocked out. Then just kind of, now that you have a streaming service, they choose what you're going to watch next. So
sure.
They fired off the next movie, which was Jingle All the Way. I said, why not? Let's just see.
I went to a semester in junior college. I'm all up in there. I know what's going on. We are being controlled by rich toy cartels.
The rich toy cartels.
It's a sick world we live in.
It was a crazy movie. But then, sit there and what you going to do, right? That was all after we got together with the in-laws and had our little Christmas get-together. Nothing major this year. It was just kind of we did call the son and daughter-in-law and FaceTimed with the granddaughter.
FaceTime.
Yeah, that's what you do in these holidays when you can't be there. Look at what I got. Look at
Santa showed up.
Yay. Yay, that's right. So it was all good. I tell you what, it was nice, Rob. It was nice. It was one of those days, very rare, because usually on a day off, it's like I got a list of things I want to do, whatever. And the wife gives you the day off, and she says,
"Wow,
you just relax, just So I was lost. I woke up.
You almost wanted to go. Who are you?
Well, she's very, very generous to me that way. But the point was, I'm the one that's more hard on myself about something to do. I mean, it's like if I get up, okay, it's time to get ready. Let's go out and do. I got to do something.
Do something.
But just to kind of ease into a morning when they didn't have to be anywhere.
That's right.
Didn't have to come to the studio. Yeah. Didn't have to go here or there or not have to go outside and get busy. That was kind of nice.
And here we are.
It was actually scary because I said, what if I did one day retire? I would become the laziest little. No, I don't think so, but I'm just saying, it was just nice. It was nice.
And then you wake up from the dream this morning and the alarm goes off and reality hits you right in the face.
They say that love can pay the rent.
Here we go again.
Now I got to go watch Have a Groundhog Day. No, that's I did think about that. It's like, I got to get up this morning. Okay, here we go. And then it occurred to me on the way in, I talked to Todd out there. I said, he's got the back door there and he's in the smoking lounge. And,
in the lounge.
This is a smoking lounge. The back door of any business now is the smoking lounge. And I said, if I can be replaced, and everybody can.
Sure.
Why am I here? The question you have to ask yourself, if you can be replaced, which you can.
Boy, turning on that satellite seemed awfully tempting this morning.
I just one button away right here. Folks, right here, I have a function here called Live Assist. That's what we're talking to you on right now. Or I can just hit one little button. And we're back in well, you get to hear some more of America's Morning News.
Gordon, take over.
Or whoever's filling in for Gordon, filling in
See,
for that
nobody's at work today. I mean, you look at Fox News; it's all replacement people.
Yeah, I'm looking at all these people. Who are those three people? Lazy bunch of bums.
I'm telling you, they got the day off. So I guess we did something wrong by not getting a 2-day-er here. But anyway, it's all good. Glad to be out there. We do want to check the phones and see if anyone is listening. So if you are out there, hello. If anybody is out there,
Testing 1, 2, 3.
our number. And this is your help. You're providing a service. You may have never called us before in your life, but just help us test our phone lines by calling 601-485-9191. 601-485-9191. Let's begin the phone test right now.
Testing.
Good morning.
Treetop Tall.
Oh, wait a minute. Hello, wait a minute. Our phone is.
Wall and Treetop Tall, you working? I just got in the truck, so I don't know what happened before then.
Well, now, are you climbing in the truck because you have?
What I do when I first get in the truck, the first thing I do
Yeah.
is tune the WALT because you never know what the breaking headlines are going to be, and I know I'm going to get all the information I need right here.
Bang,
Okay.
bang, boom.
All right. Now, see, now you're already in trouble. You're already in trouble because why is your radio already tuned to 102.1 when you get in?
Well, because in the afternoon, I like to listen to classic country.
Oh, let's give it
The legend.
Can we give him a free Clay Travis book?
We got book.
Yeah. I tell you what, for that answer, he goes from our station WALT to a sister station 105.7. Is that right?
That's it.
All right. Well, if you
Gotta
want to
listen to a little wailing, a little giant paycheck.
all right.
You know,
Well,
all that stuff in the evening.
well, for that answer, you get to come by and get a free book called
America's Playbook.
Yeah, America's Playbook by Clay Travis.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and all you got to do is get initials or name you want on that.
Oh, I can tell you my full name. This is Brian McCary.
Brian,
Yeah.
good to hear you,
Okay.
man. Thank you for having us. And
Yes,
I like
sir.
that classic country thing because that's exactly what I'm back and forth around the three: classic hits, classic country, classic talk radio.
I've only got one question for Brian. Did you burn anything down last night? I saw you on Facebook yesterday.
Man, I about set the world on fire last night.
Tell
I've
Roger what you got for
got
Christmas.
What? Now listen, as a pyromaniac myself, I'm really interested
You gotta
here.
hear this.
I'm really interested.
I'm 40 years old, and I have gotten some really cool Christmas gifts throughout the year. But my daughter's boyfriend got me a flamethrower for Christmas.
Your daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Got
The winner of the original Tough Man competition this year. So
wow, a
just
flamethrower.
let you know how powerful I might be. That guy got me a flamethrower.
You're talking about a real military issue flamethrower.
Well, it can't be military issue, Rod. I'm a civilian, so.
Well, you see, and I don't get that because back in the day, I mean, everybody had military weapons. You know, when the Revolutionary War, we had muskets and we had cannons. So, I mean, everybody could have one if they wanted one.
Yeah.
But that's a different
That's
thing.
not
So you have this.
so
How
close to
does
anything
this
like
how does this flamethrower work? Then, what's your fuel?
what the main source to ignite is propane, and
Yeah.
then it has an accessory that goes onto it, which Mask now should have gave my name because I don't think it's ATF approved. But put a little kerosene. At the side of it, or diesel fuel, not gasoline, because we know that.
Oh
works.
yeah, very volatile.
Pretty-
Yes, you're right. I not
and
my
then
accelerant
it
of choice. No.
just shoot the string out, and you can burn whatever you want to burn. I mean, it's just pretty neat.
Fireworks this year are going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my life is changed extremely.
Hey,
in
Bud,
an extreme
see if you can light this
area.
cluster of bottle rockets from over there.
Well, I got a good test on it because it was sprinkling and everything was wet last night, and I had some wood over there. I was going to try to see if I could burn it, and it did. It caught it on fire, soaking wet out there. So it was pretty good.
Wow, you've got my attention. So I'm gonna have to check out this Facebook post there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did y'all have a Merry Christmas?
We did. How are all those? How's everything down at the shelter?
It is very good, sir. We're just blessed to have a community that backs us. I can't tell you how many bags of dog food and things, the cleaning supplies we've gotten leading up to what not meant, all year, but especially leading up to the week of Christmas. And we closed Monday afternoon at 2:00, and when we closed, every animal that we had up for adoption had been adopted. So we got to leave a shelter.
Good job.
We got to leave a shelter empty and got all those pets into a home for the holiday season.
That's great.
I don't mean that today when I get there.
Let's remind people where that pet shelter is, so that in case they want to come down and get a late Christmas present.
It's the City of Meridian Animal Shelter. That's in 501 Cooper Avenue, right off 26th Avenue.
Yeah, 501 Cooper. Right, that's right, downtown there, and it's easy to get to when if you're downtown. If you're downtown at at our friend's restaurant, the Weidman's restaurant, you're just a couple blocks away from the pet shelter.
That's right. Yeah,
so,
we're just trucking along down there, doing what we can for as many as we can. So, if you're in the market for a forever friend, not just a casual commodity, come on down and give us a come on down and give us a look. Shelter pets make the best pets. I think just to be a little bit more grateful.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
So.
Well, there you have it. Well, I'm so glad you helped us test our phone lines this morning, and in so doing, you got a free book, and I don't know, you helped us plug one of our sister stations. This is just starting out to be a great day after Christmas.
Just the most wonderful time of the year.
And maybe we've got a pet adopted. I'm glad you all don't do this crazy, fake commercial where they show pets out in the cold and play that sad music and, just trying to and trying to raise money to go where whoever knows where. It's like I'm glad this is a real pet shelter. These are real people. They're really taking care of these animals that are deserted, and so you can rescue one right here locally. You don't have to send money to these organizations that are really yanking on your heartstrings.
Do it local. There's local animals that need our help. We don't have $1 million CEO we're paying. And as I look over here at my lunch box with a bologna sandwich, we're just out here trying to do what we can to make the place a better place to live.
Wait a minute. Are you one of these American workers that still takes your lunch with you to work?
I do, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at you. True American right there, folks.
There you go.
Real American. All right. Well, listen, we're glad you're out there, and thanks for looking after that shelter.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great morning.
See you, Brian.
You too. That's a great call.
That is a good.
That's a great call. All of our listeners are great. So we just want you to follow up. Give us a call here at 601-485-9191. Our show brought to you by some great people. Another great business person. I don't know if he takes his lunch with him to work or not. I need to ask him that. But John DeFore is open at 8:00 to help you with your batteries. And we're talking about Battery One Source.
What if you got something for Christmas and batteries were not included?
Guess what? I have a feeling at Battery One Source, they prepare for events like that.
I think so. They got a good stock down there. And, of course, I got batteries for everything, something you might have got under the tree, or if you maybe have a watch that needs a battery, remote cell phones, the list goes on. And, of course, they have those battery tenders, maintainers, cables. And, of course, with the weather going up and down like it has been, it's going to get back up to like 70 something in the next day or two. And then it's going to drop back down into the 30s again by middle of next week.
So I can get in my pool?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay.
Well, if you like severe weather, go ahead and jump out there. But but anyway, be sure you make sure you have good strength in that battery, and they'll test everything and make sure it is in tip-top shape. And, of course, cell phones, if you did get a new cell phone from Santa under the tree this year, and someone happened to drop it yesterday
Smack
morning.
it. Hey, let me see that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break your
Wow, I
phone.
just got it out of the box and already broke it. Well, let Sid take a look at it, and he might be able to get it all repaired up for you and nice. And of course, they have all kind of accessories down there. And of course, golf cart service and repair is also available down there at Battery One Source. They're going to be down there at 4:30 until 4:30 today at 2618 North Frontage Road, 693-1500. That is 601-693-1500. And in the words of Hazmat,
Don't be a dumb bunny.
Go to Battery One Source.
He's one of our big helpers in promoting Battery One Source for sure.
He's our own personal Santa.
But others of you who have called in who have used these services, and you're proud of the people that we promote because they do provide good products and good services. So thanks for patronizing our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Anyhow,
Good folks.
that's right. Good folks. All right. Well, we're moving right along. So what about you? Anything you've got to I know you're on the radio. You can't say, but anything that you got that you need to return today?
No.
All good.
I'm good.
Everything was a home run all the way through.
Everything was great all the way around, and good time with family, and a lot of food. It was a lot of food. Ate Chinese turkey yesterday.
Now wait a minute.
Ate Chinese for lunch yesterday.
Oh, I was going to say,
It's Chinese turkey. That's what they say in the Christmas story, you know.
Why did I?
It was the one Christmas we'll remember forever where we had Chinese turkey.
Chinese turkey.
It's a duck. It's smiling at me.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Have some Peking duck there. There you go.
Gosh, it was like, when you go to this family get together and then this one, it's just like, I don't think it's the savory stuff. It's just all of the sweet that's everywhere.
There's snackies everywhere. Try these cookies. Oh, this is that fudge. This is that. This is that. Oh, my
gosh. And then you get home last night and it's like,
well, that's.
And then you got New Year's coming up too, so that's going to be a whole nother plate of food on New Year's Day. So
I feel kind of lucky then because you're talking about traveling around all day, seeing family. We just had to.
It wasn't, it was short travels. I mean, we went north of Meridian yesterday, and then my mom's place. It wasn't like we were all over the place. So
we got on the golf cart and went like 200 yards.
That was a haul right there.
It was. It was. Oh man, and then thought there last night we realized, wait a minute, today was garbage day. The Wednesday is our service from Aero Disposal.
Yep,
out in the county, and I said, wait, but they're not running. But I need to know what their schedule is because I forgot to look.
It's a day delayed on everybody.
It was a day delayed. I realized that. So
Wednesday folks are today.
My wife said to me, she said, well, maybe you can get up early enough and put the garbage. I said, no. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I think they've got a big red dot on our driveway. I think they start with us. I mean, it's like 5:30 here.
Do it the night before.
So okay, yeah. So I said no. So last night, bathrobe and all, got on the golf cart once again, went out to the gate and put the trash cans out. And sure enough, this morning when I left to come here, they were already emptied. I put them back in place. Yes, dear, if you're listening, I put the trash cans back in place. But here's the thing about it. I don't think a lot of people paid attention to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so the guys are really going to have a pretty short day today because
probably
I saw a lot of cans that were not placed by the road.
Short day maybe, or short week, but next week, well, the thing about it is, remember next week too. It's going to be a delayed next week too.
Is there going to be a delay on the New Year's as well?
I think, but we'll have to check on that. But I know Christmas this week is delayed all the way around.
So yeah, for the county, I paid attention to the county because that's where my garbage is. Yes, your Wednesday pickup is today. Thursday will be tomorrow, and then Friday will be a Saturday pickup.
Mine's on a Saturday.
There you have it. So, but if the garbage man doesn't come, if you're a Wednesday person and you haven't put your garbage out yet, you still may have time if they haven't got by you yet. But they're going to be zipping through there because a lot of you forgot to put your cans out because of that. So, and what day is the most garbage? The day after Christmas.
Exactly.
Anyway, but thanks to the good folks that get out there and make that happen.
That's right.
And I'm glad they do start early with us, but it was nice to get all those we had two. We have two cans, and one from us, one from my in-laws, and they're all at the same place. So they all got emptied. So there you have it.
Well, we had a lot of violence on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day here in the county, didn't we?
Yeah, what would the holidays be without busting a cap somewhere?
Whoa!
I'm sorry. Have I become hardened over the years?
No.
It's
Like
just
a lot of folks feel that way.
I mean, it used to be, can you believe what happened? Somebody shot somebody on Christmas. Can you believe what happened?
Here we
It's
go.
like, oh, had another shoot. What happened? Oh, somebody shot somebody. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's becoming a little bit hardened.
Well, what's surprising about this? Though, well, nothing surprising anymore, but it's not in the city of Meridian. It's out in the county. Means the sheriff and the boys were busy over the holidays and still busy, obviously.
Is that why he had a rest the same day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I messed around with them.
So, yeah, evidently, I think I heard on our own news feed, the Queen City news feed, that the suspect was arrested.
Yeah, 17-year-old.
Now, was it just a shooting, or was there a fatality from that?
See, Shelton Reeves, a white male from Dalewood, was taken into custody 2:20 yesterday. Suspect shooting occurred around 1:35 in the block of West Parkway North. According to the Sheriff's Department, Reeves has been charged with aggravated assault. So I don't think there was a death in that particular one. Yeah, so that's what he's being charged with. So there's still details of that investigation are still ongoing. Now, the other one that happened on Christmas Eve.
If you don't get what you want for Christmas, you don't have to go violent.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
Now, the guy that was arrested on Christmas Eve, that there was a fatality in that one. So, arrested for murder.
Whew.
So, yeah.
Adds a whole new meaning to it's beginning to look like Christmas here.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we just got a phone call, but we need to take a Fox News break, and we'll be back. Caller, if you can just call right back, we'd appreciate it. All right, we'll be right back.
Travel for millions heading back home after Christmas.
All right, that little shout out for all of you that are stuck above the Mason-Dixon line. Oh, I can't believe it. Well, if you were expecting Christmas music, we did that. we did that back a few weeks ago up until Tuesday morning. So
Done.
We've been there, done that. So we're glad you're out there, tuned in, Roger, along with Rob.
Yep.
Because we're done. I mean, I come in here, folks. I would have left the tree up at least a couple more days, but I come in here this morning, and Rob has taken down the Christmas tree and the Christmas decorations in the studio. I mean, he's done with it. It's over.
Well, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
It's official.
Yeah.
Rob's tree is down.
That's right.
It was such a nice tree too, right over that corner right there.
Time to move on.
Okay, we're moving on.
That's right.
With Dixie on our mind, old Hank Williams Jr. No particular reason, just found it in the record stack and threw it in there, okay? Hey, that's kind of interesting because we went out Tuesday with Christmas in Dixie.
It started with that.
And we came back with Dixie on my mind. Okay, interesting. It's an interesting bookend there. We're glad you're out there. This program brought to you in part by the folks at the Magnolia Restaurant. Always open, always hot food, always feeding you. We just, don't overdo it. But you want a good hot meal, go to the Magnolia Restaurant.
Gosh, we passed by there yesterday.
Woo!
Full parking lot?
Full parking lot.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were rolling on Christmas.
Well, we're going to get some turkey and dressing and some cranberry sauce.
I ain't gonna get it down there at exit 150. And of course, today on the menu, they've got pot roast.
Pot roast!
Mhm. Hamburger steak with onions and gravy. How about fried or baked chicken, fried pork chops? So good. Or you can start your day out with a long haul breakfast down at the Magnolia Restaurant. Of course, wonderful staff, good folks down there, and they've always got Fox News on there in the restaurant. And of course, they also have other sandwiches, so like the Biggie Burger with fries. You can get maybe a roast beef sandwich. How about a 8-ounce country fried steak with a couple of vegetables as well? So, man, the list just goes on with a variety of stuff they have there on the menu at the Magnolia Restaurant. And if you got to get it to go, you can do that as well. 601-482-0259. I highly recommend a couple of items. The jalapeno cornbread is awesome.
Always.
And the banana pudding. Nanner pudding.
Qualifies as one of the vegetables.
It does.
Eat your vegetables. No problem. Glad to do it.
I'll be glad to do it. At lunch menu is going to start being served at 10:30 this morning. So go by and pay them a visit here after Christmas at exit 150, the Magnolia Restaurant, Queen City Truck Stop, 601-482-0259. And I'm pretty sure catching their breath after yesterday because I'm telling you, it was a big, big crowd out there yesterday.
601-485-9191 is the talk line. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
MAGA morning, true American patriots.
Well, Merry Christmas.
MAGA, MAGA.
You better not stand up in church and do that. I don't know. You might.
Maybe the lightning won't come through the ceiling.
I don't think that's in the Baptist hymn the last time I checked.
Well, here you are the day after. Hadn't heard from you this week, and here you are, Hazmat.
That's right. I survived another one. Thank God.
How was your
Thank God
Christmas?
and Jesus. And you were talking about the crime and the violence. What about that dingbat Biden pardoning people on death row?
Man, we talked about the other day. It'll make your blood boil.
I mean, what about the victims' families and their friends and loved ones? I mean, here it is. Does the criminal justice system even exist anymore?
Well, now, if it'll make you feel better, he did sign an official document on Tuesday, finally making the bald eagle the official bird of the United States of America.
I saw that.
Lord, man.
You know,
So you gotta weigh these things out here. You gotta weigh these things out here.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And the eagle has been symbol of authority since biblical times. But it just. I was thinking the other day when I got the info about the last murder. Meridian, Mississippi is just like a little bitty dot. And we've had 15 murders here this year.
not counting the ones that took a bullet and that are ambulatory or return to action. But yet nothing will change. Maybe Santa should have given us a police department and a police chief for Christmas.
Well, it may. I don't know what he'll do this year, but this year the good folks of Meridian will get to decide whether they want a change of that or not.
Yeah, but I don't look for that to ripple the water a whole lot. And Jackson, I think
you don't think the people of Meridian are fed up enough at this point, or what you're saying that nothing's going to change there?
I don't see that it'll make a change. I would hope it might, but I don't think it will. But Jackson is probably well over 100 homicides, and I don't know if there is such a thing as a solution. But on the death row thing, I think it's kind of hot and cold. Some days I'm line them up and shoot them, and some days I'm thinking, well, they've been killing folks for this since before recorded history, and it doesn't seem to have any deterrent effect. I don't know, is it justice or revenge at some point? But you got to do something with them. You can't just turn them back loose.
Well, it's just like that illegal thug up in New York that set that woman on fire.
Set the woman on fire.
Yeah, I mean, gosh almighty.
Yeah, and they were throwing down on the goddess Marjorie Taylor Greene, but she was all for put the death penalty into action here type thing. Yeah, at some point, society has to make up its mind. Now, to survive as a civil order society, we're going to have to do something with these crazy, violent people. Now, what's the solution? I personally don't know. I don't know if there is a solution at this point.
Well, I go to the point where I think philosophically, if you're a person who is soft on punishing criminals, then you have a contempt for society. You may say, oh no, I don't have a contempt for society.
No.
But you do. If you are for soft sentences, if you're for being easy on the criminal,
destruction of society.
And you have contempt for society. There is example throughout history and biblical history where
absolutely,
sometimes the judgment is called upon those who take lives.
Well, and my whole thing about it with the president pardoning these folks, was it 37 out of the 40 folks that were on federal death row? So you're going to let those folks go. What about the babies that are being murdered that you support with abortion? Let's talk about that part,
Well, that's the mentality of the misguided.
Yeah.
They want to paint you as a Nazi war criminal if you go kill a deer hunting or a bunny rabbit, but you can kill all the unborn human beings you want.
Exactly.
March with your fake blood on your coat hangers and all this other kind of mess. They're mentally ill people. These people are mentally ill. And, if you punish a criminal, you need to give him another chance. And another chance to what? Go murder somebody else?
Well, here's the deal. If you're incarcerated or if you're on death row, you have a second chance. The ultimate thing is where do you stand with your maker? And you have a chance in both cases to reacquaint yourself with your maker and save your life for eternity, but you can be still removed from society as an example to others.
That's right.
Well, that
second chance
to others has been around a long time, but you would think it would have some deterrent action, like, I don't want to end up like that, but it doesn't seem to have.
Do you think that back in the day, whenever you would go down to the county square and they would have the the hanging tree as they did in Natchez, and I'm not talking about lynching. I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about that was the punishment
That
for
was
capital crimes
Yeah.
in this country, where people would have a public hanging. Do you think do you think that was a kind of a deterrent to people?
Yeah, but people don't see that anymore because they're so sensitive.
Yeah, I would want to make sure I didn't end up in that.
The Cab up there had their last public hanging in 1912.
And I'm not saying we do that.
You would have that deterrent effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe we need to go back to that. Well, I can't watch that. Well, don't come. But you know, you actually see justice carried out. The victims' family and friends.
Because what is not working are thugs that are running the street knowing that nothing is going to be done with them.
Bingo.
That's definitely
exactly
not working.
What I'm going for. It's not working. So we're either going to have to put up with it. The people are going to have to take the law in their own hands, or there's going to have to be a change. Now, I like somebody was telling me about the man that shot up in the air, and they were going to make an example out of him, and no fines and all kind of mess. I didn't see the big brief. Would it last 15 seconds or 30 seconds this time? But what about the people shooting to kill each other in Meridian? Are they going to stop that illegal gun usage?
Well,
maybe the man was trying to protect his life and his property. That's a legal use in the state of Mississippi.
Well, the police officers and the mayor, they'll all say, and they're right, they can't predict when somebody's going to break the law and shoot in the city of Meridian.
They can't.
They can't predict that. However, we're talking about deterrence, and deterrence one is if the citizenry knows that people are going to be held accountable, then you might have more citizens that are a little bit more willing to come forward and let people know, like law enforcement, what they have seen and what, and be a little bit braver about protecting their society by reporting the others.
They're scared of reprisal. Either that or they're protecting somebody they know or some kin to them or something. You know, there again, the solution is going to be very complicated, but it's going to start with dynamic leadership.
To me, there are only two things that keep you on the straight and narrow. Only two things: your own conscience or fear of consequences. If your conscience, if you don't have the conscience for it, then you'll have to rely on the fear of consequence. Well, if you got neither one of those, well, you're doomed anyway.
That's exactly correct. Even God's got to have something to work with. If you hadn't got a heart, a conscience, and a soul, he's kind of out of business with you.
That's called grieve in the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I'm preaching on you there.
Well, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there is a solution, but we need to be working towards that direction. This is it's got completely out of hand. I mean, I've got a long baseline here in Meridian.
Yes, you do.
I've been here my whole life. Both sides of my family have been here since 1890 or thereabouts.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and this would have been unbelievable. You know, back in the 50s and 60s and the 70s, and even in the 80s when the gang stuff first started in Meridian, when they had the first drive-by, if they had not denied that we had that problem and they had jumped on it right then and jumped on it hard, they probably wouldn't be existing like they are now. But like you said, when the criminals don't fear the law, when they don't fear apprehension or prosecution or punishment in any form, then they've got the keys to the city. Y'all do just like you want to, and nobody's gonna bother you.
There it is.
Well, sir, at some point, vigilantism kicks back in.
Yep.
And it always has, and it always will.
There you go.
But people, this is not. They're always trying to project the right image for Meridian and the tourists and all this kind of mess. What kind of image does this project?
Yeah. There you go.
This is what people care about talking about. Let's get it in the open and let's hear ideas and talk about how we can stop the daily shootings. The shootings every day in Meridian.
Well, there's an election
not
year.
Where people get killed.
There's an election half year coming up, and this would be a good time for it to be out there on the platforms and the stump speeches, if you will.
Yeah.
All right,
Bring it to light. Bring it to light. Roger that.
Thank you, buddy. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah, absolutely to y'all also, and have a great New Year.
Thank you, sir. Roger that. We're going to be right back. Stay with us. It's freedom. I can't drive 55 either. It's Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there. We've got a caller on the line. Before we take that call, we're going to tell you right now that if you're driving over 55 or under 55 and that rock hits your windshield, there's a place to go to get your auto glass fixed fast. And I'm going to tell you right now, they are there. They're there for you. Adam Carmichael, Adam McCree, and their staff. They do great work.
A&A Glass, located at 217 22nd Avenue here in Meridian, or as the cool kids at ALT like to say, Sela Ward, Calhoun Parkway. I'm going to get so
Give me so tickled in that one there.
Hey, I've done it for this long. Might as well just keep going.
Keep it up,
exactly. Yeah. Whether it's a rock peck or a complete windshield replacement, they get you fixed up down there at A&A Glass. And the insurance process is super easy on those fix them ups down there at A&A Glass. Of course, great staff down there, cool looking T-shirts there in the shop, and they'll get you back on the road in no time. So go by and see them there at 22nd Avenue, a couple doors down from the Children's Museum, or you can call ahead at 601-693 Glass. That is 601-693-4527. And they've been number one in our area for 10 plus years and just rolling right along. So that's why they are the best. Adam Carmichael, Adam McCree, and his awesome staff, or their awesome staff rather, at A&A Glass. Go by and see the Adams today.
That's right. Mornings in Meridian. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning, gentlemen. Let me ask you a question. Did you all have a little eggnog left over this morning and participate just before you came to work?
Might have.
I'm not going to say.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe you might have where you all wound up this morning.
Now, I'm going to say. Now, here's my question to you, Mayor of Sucalina. We did play your song request on Christmas Eve. Did you hear it?
I did hear it, and I tried many times to call in, and every time I got a busy signal.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, I couldn't find out. I found out just before you went off the air. It was not you. It's my cell phone. My not cell phone. My wireless.
Yeah.
It had messed up, and the very minute y'all took the last call, it started working again.
Oh, wow. Well, that was. I don't know. Was God interfering on that, or was that?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know if it's God said don't do it, or the devil says I'm messing with you.
Sometimes it's just a little hard to distinguish, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it is. So it was so frustrating, and I didn't realize it.
Well,
after you went off there, it was my telephone that's messing up.
Well, it
wasn't busy.
It was Benny who requested "Mary, Did You Know?" So we got that one in there for you.
You got it in there, and I heard the whole show, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Well, good deal.
But I want to make a special comment to a dear friend. Saturday night, BFW, they presented me with hullabaloo about trying to make a lot to do over nothing.
Oh,
But
man.
anyway, they presented me with a beautiful portrait on canvas that Kathy Clearman had made.
Oh,
It was,
wow.
one of the pictures of me in the old antique airplane.
Yeah.
She blew it up on canvas, about 2.5 feet square, I guess. And
Wow.
made 2 copies of it. One of them's going to hang in the VFW, so it'll probably scare most patrons away. And I got the other one hanging in the living room at home.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad they're treating you right down there at the VFW post 79.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Kathy is the one that came up with the idea of making it. And I just couldn't believe she's such a wonderful, precious person, you know.
That's why we were glad to have her working with us for many years at the moving company.
Yeah, it's a privilege to know her, and she's a wonderful person. And shout out to her, and thank you very much.
All right.
Did you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve?
Sure did.
Had a good Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
Christmas Day. The only problem I have is that we didn't get the 26th off work as well, but that's okay.
Oh.
Or the 27th.
Well, I
or
got to invite, my son-in-law invited me to go to his daddy's house, Ken and Cheryl Rainey.
yeah.
They own that little mansion on Poplar Spring Drive. It reminds me of Tara. So beautiful wine terrace and all. They just done a wonderful job restoring it. But they have a little Christmas get together there. The food and family and friends is just absolutely beautiful. And I just like to go in and even look at the house. But of course, Ken is a gracious host, and also his lovely wife, and they do such a fantastic job in making everybody feel welcome, and lots of good food and fellowship too. So I had a wonderful Christmas Eve to them.
Good for you, sir. Good for you. So glad to have you out there, Mr. Benny.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, and there's a lot more to talk about, but I'll stop right there and hope everyone has a great day.
Oh, man.
wow.
Good job. Thank you for checking in with us, Mayor of Succoline. And, of course, before we take this break, let's just remind people that you can go up the road just a short distance and make your day even better. Maybe you messed up on Christmas. Maybe you didn't get her the right thing, or maybe you didn't get him the right thing. Just go up to Doc's Toyota, and they will have the right thing ready to go for you. Just up there, 45 minutes up the road there to Philadelphia, Mississippi.
You will redeem yourself
in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. So, yeah, take the short trip up to Highway 16 West in Philadelphia today and check out the great inventory they have at Doc's Toyota. Or if you want to take a quick peek online, docstoyota.com for that new and used inventory. Of course, they got the 25 models there on the lot right now. Good closeout deals on the 24s as well. Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, the Land Cruisers. I mean, the list goes on and on up there at Doc's. And, of course, fantastic service department as well. So go by and see them at Highway 16 West in Philadelphia. Their number is 601-600-3786, or online, of course, at docstoyota.com. And, of course, like we always say, there is no deal like a Doc's deal.
All right. We're going to join Fox News in progress.
It was eventually recaptured by
I've got my second cup of coffee. Off and running this morning. My 2 little pieces of peppermint chocolate bark that Sean Caldwell sends us every year. I'm the only one in the studio that eats them, so
What's in that cup, really?
I'll be nibbling on those for a couple of months. So, what's your breakfast? I have the chocolate peppermint bark that Sean sends us. We're glad you're out there tuned in. Roger along with, say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Now we're in the New Year season, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Christmas is done now. It's time to get into the New Year's mood.
I thought this was the day after.
No.
Hangovers!
Hangovers?
No.
Yay for returns.
We got Nikki's request in on Tuesday, the 12 Pains of Christmas.
12 Pains of Christmas.
I like that song. It was a good reminder of, I just had that mental image of being in that shopping mode while that song's being played. You're navigating the busy parking lot of a big box store, and that song, The 12 Pains of Christmas, comes on. Is that really what Christmas is about? Oh, I tell you. Well, I tell you who was shut down because they were getting ready for the season, because you had been there and you had gotten the stuff that you wanted for Christmas, and Trucker Supply was there, but they were taking it easy on Christmas Eve.
Absolutely. But
they're going to be open for business now.
Absolutely. Trucker Supply, of course, they've got a lot of great Milwaukee specials. They're going to run all the way through the new year. So check out some of those buy one, get one offers they have right now. We got one of these catalogs here, a little special catalog here.
Yes.
I mean, look at all the specials.
Oh my word. How many tools does Milwaukee make?
I mean,
thousands.
I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 pages worth of deals right there just on Milwaukee alone. So ask about that when you go by there and see them at Trucker Supply right next door to the Golden Arches at 519 Highway 19 South. No, you're fine.
One of the neat little things I saw was the neck light. It's a little light that goes around your neck, and it shines while you're working on something. It's just, it's not like a headlight. It's around your neck. Pretty cool.
So yeah, 6 pages of deals down there at Milwaukee. So
Milwaukee jewelry accessories.
Everything from batteries all the way up to they got those work lights like you were mentioning for your shop, maybe. And boy, just go down and check out those deals. Of course, Knipex tools, those channel locks with German engineering, and of course, Yeti products. Boy, everybody loves a Yeti Christmas or a New Year deal there. So they got coolers, lunch boxes, even something for the doggies down there at Trucker Supply, Streamlight flashlights, and even Hotsy pressure washers. They've got everything you can imagine, and boy, they got the part just for you. And it's not just truck parts like they say down at Truckers. It's everything you could imagine. You're going to walk out of there with something. So if you got a little bit of maybe cash for Christmas, because people still get Christmas money, go spend it down at Trucker Supply.
Really?
Because it's going back into the local area and going to a good family there at Truckers with the Carr family. So 519 Highway 19 South, go by and see them. They started back in 69. They're still going strong. That's the Carr family and Trucker Supply.
Very good. It's Mornings in Meridian. We want you to be part of the show. It's Christmas is over here. Rob has taken the tree down. There's no tinsel or sparkly or lights or nothing.
Get it out of here.
It is gone. So much for keeping the tree up till New Year's.
Time to get back to work.
All right, we're going to get back to work, talk about this, that, and the other thing. Of course, we're getting closer to the next big event. I'm not talking about New Year's. I'm talking about January 20th, when there will be the inauguration.
I was in the kitchen cooking breakfast yesterday for Mom, and I heard Franklin Graham's voice. He does the commercials on Fox. I said, I hear Franklin Graham's voice right here. I said, I imagine he'll be praying on Inauguration Day.
So that would be a good one.
And my mom was like, yeah, he probably will. So,
oh, yes. It's Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Doing fine.
Welcome, sir.
Hello, sir.
Well, not a creature was stirring.
Not even a government employee.
Not even a rat.
Oh, wait a minute now. I'm not making any association there.
Well, I am. Thought for the day is how much is a vote worth? The one that got me over last couple of days was Biden's pardon of all the people. I think that was a Christmas gift to George Soros. Biden freed all his kind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what he done.
Sure did.
I wanted to mention another event over the weekend about how much is a vote worth. I watched the Scotty Ray's coverage of the shooting on the Dead End Road at Northeast. Also known as the Dead End Road.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Well, for those that hadn't been around long enough to recall this, back about the, I guess what you'd call the start of the new millennium, there was an attempt to make that a through road. But to do so, they had to go through the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church cemetery. And they moved headstones and got the, at that time, supervisor to get the road crew out there. And some of the area residents, thank goodness for good people, complained and called the state and different things and got enough attention to it. I'm looking at, I Googled this just to see this morning, map on Northeast Cole Road in Lauderdale County, Mississippi. And it shows the Dead End Road, also known as Northeast Cole, coming from the Lauderdale Road, which is just west of the Lauderdale United Methodist Church, and dead ends there at the church. Well, I don't know if they gave up that plan, but it doesn't show it completely going through to Highway 45, which is the location of the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah.
But that's the question. How much is a vote worth? And I believe the district supervisor is still gracing us with his talents of service under other capacity now.
Oh, that supervisor.
That's exactly right.
Oh. In case those of you that don't remember, Jimmy Smith was he was a member of the Lauderdale County Board of Supervisors at one time.
Once upon a time, yep.
And I no
Making
longer
reference
have,
to what the caller is saying.
Yeah, I no longer have my archive of those events, which included pictures of the headstones that were moved aside for the grading work. Yeah, it wasn't like 100 of them. It was just a couple, a few.
Well, look at the map here. It looks like Northeast Cole Road would make a sharp right turn on the Mount Olive Church Road. But yeah, it does not connect to the, doesn't connect there because
it doesn't.
Yeah. Must, like you said, must be a cemetery there or something like that.
Okay. That's what it is.
But you surely couldn't put a road through the cemetery. Now,
well, that was the attempt. That was the wishes of some part of the church body to make a shortcut for access without having to go around. And I suppose elected people want all the votes from the residents in the area, and raises a question: how much is a vote worth?
There's the question of the day: how much is a vote worth? All right. You have asked it. Thanks for the call.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye. You too can be part of the show. 601-485-9191. He remembers history. He remembers stuff like that.
I don't know if that'd have been a very scenic route through the cemetery.
Well, you know, you have to remember it.
If you look on your left over here, or you look on your right over here,
you and I recognize a cemetery as a memorial to the deceased, but generally the Democrat Party looks at it as a voting block.
Yeah.
Did I just do that?
Did you do that?
Did I do that?
Well, evidently they didn't dig up enough of them in November. Oh, sorry.
But I don't know. You know, obviously the church is kind of private property, so I don't know how you could put the road there. Now it looks like there's a cul-de-sac that Cole Road ends into, where there's residents. I don't know if you could push through there and make it there's nothing buried there where you could just a few hundred yards or a few hundred feet from the Highway 45. But
interesting.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, there you have it. This is that's I don't know. I didn't Google like he did, so I don't understand what happened.
You don't like the Google machine?
Oh, I like Google, but I just didn't. I'm Googling other important things like, what's the weather like in South Florida in February?
Trust me, I'm already looking
planning
at
my next trip.
I'm looking at the weather already for early January.
That's right. You're gonna be taking a little trip down south there. That's right.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. Mornings in Meridian. Let's take a phone call. Welcome to our show.
You would achieve that connection by what some call an easement.
An
The
easement.
root word is easy, like Sunday morning.
Ooh, easement.
That's
Look at there.
right.
You know what? I love it. All right. Our
Thank
password for the day.
All right.
601-485-9191. How much is a vote worth? All right. There you have it. Let's see. We want to say a big thank you because this show is made possible in part by our good friends Doug Martin Jr. and Doug Martin Sr. at Martin Roofing.
Absolutely. Roofing done right for, 30 plus years down there at Martin Roofing. Of course, they're locally owned and operated, licensed here in the state of Mississippi, and of course, stand behind all their work from start all the way through cleanup. Great applications of roofing they always have there for your home or your business. And just give them a call and let them come out there and do some inspecting on your roof. Of course, we mentioned some more rain is coming our way. And if you did notice maybe a little wet spot there on the ceiling during a Christmas get-together, it may be time for your late Christmas present to yourself, and that is the gift of a new roof, because it's one of those things we just don't think about until it's that time to make that big investment. But I tell you what, it is well worth it, and Martin and them do a great job, great crew, and they'll fix you up. And of course, they are members of the Better Business Bureau, so they'll give you a free estimate and inspect for any damage up there on the roof. And it may be where you don't need a complete roof. It just may be a little patchwork they need to do. So let Doug and them take a look at it at 601-485-5920. That is 601-485-5920. But if they do have to do that full roof replacement, that's the folks to go with. Martin Roofing, 485-5920. Give them a shout today, and a good crew, and they'll fix you up.
They will.
That's right.
They'll fix you up. The transition is taking place. The Senate, the new upcoming majority leader, Senator Thune, has assigned key committee chairs and whatnot. They have worked on that through the holidays. Recently, they've reelected senior Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker, 73-year-old senator from Mississippi. He is, I know there's a lot of people out there that are our listeners that have some disagreement about, with Roger Wicker, and I hear what you're saying, but the good news for Mississippi is that he is the chairman of the Armed Services Committee in the U.S. Senate. And Mississippi is blessed to have a good number of facilities dedicated to the armed forces.
One right up the road.
One right up the road here, one down at the 186.
Yes, sir.
The Army National Guard base here. It's all these wonderful things that we have here in Mississippi. And so the good news is that puts us, I think, in a pretty good position to hopefully keep our military jobs and military connected jobs and bases in good order.
Well, the one thing a lot of folks are not talking about, obviously, that right there, but the Trump transition, inauguration day, the 20th, but will we still have the same House Speaker going into this next session? Because Johnson is facing a pretty messy battle there in the House right now.
I think the Republicans are making a mistake. I think they're making a mistake by even challenging this. I made
this statement, and my mom over
this
Christmas,
is ridiculous.
She was like, I totally agree. I said, at this point now, you could get anybody up there and they're going to find a problem with whoever the speaker is at this point.
Do you think all the Democrats agreed with Pelosi?
Nah, but they all were there lock, stop, and every time they needed a vote, they were all in line.
They were able to maintain and wield a great deal of power for the longest time because they would unify behind their leader.
Well, the thing the Republicans have right now is you have these different members of certain caucuses. We have the Freedom Caucus. You have, they're all in these little small groups. They have the majority on paper as far as being Republicans on paper, but what kind of Republicans are they? when it comes down to it.
I kind of see this as probably one of Trump's early tests of influence within his party, because you know who he favors to be the Speaker of the House.
I think Johnson probably. I
think so.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting out of all of this, and so it'll be how many have the political will to start bucking against the leadership early, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, you saw how the initial government shutdown bill came about. It was well over 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
And once that got slashed down to what, maybe 100, and then you took a lot of that pork out of, there's still some in there. Don't get me wrong. Every bill is going to have a semblance of that. But, I think even after that vote where it was a scaled down bill, there's still a lot of Republicans in the House. They're like, I cannot support this man for Speaker. And I'm like, well, who will you support is my question going ahead, because you already had, who was the last speaker we had there?
Well, I don't know why it's
McCarthy in California. So
I don't know why it is that it's called pork when it's going to somebody else's district, but if it's coming home to your district, it's not called pork. What's that about?
Yeah. So, but it's going to be interesting to see how that all kind of works itself through the process once we get into this new session. And a lot of people are like, why are we even talking about a new speaker potentially? Well, look what happened to McCarthy. You know, I mean, he got, well, because of one person, that was Matt Gaetz, who kind of got folks to kind of gravitate toward his side and get him tossed out. And then they had to go through a new speaker's election. And you saw how that drug out. So I think that's the last thing that Trump needs going into a new term, is for that chair to be empty, because nothing gets done, period, end of paragraph. You can sign all the executive orders you want to, but when it comes to full measure change of some good solid legislation, it's not going to happen. So that's going to be a very big challenge, I think, in the first week or two of the new Congress and the new administration for Trump, is how is all that going to work itself out? So,
well, I think that the Republicans have they've done themselves in before, and they have the potential to do it again if they want to splinter and everybody pursue only their own idealism in this, and not realize, hey, first of all, compromise starts not across the aisle. It starts within your own party.
Yeah. I just simply ask the question, who else sitting in that chamber right now that is going to be a member of this new Congress? Who are you going to get behind as speaker at this point, where you're going to be able to get that certain number of votes to put them with the gavel? Just asking. Doesn't necessarily have to be somebody in the chamber. Remember that now. It doesn't have to be that. So.
You mean I could be the Speaker of the House?
Sure. I think Rand Paul even had the idea, what about Elon Musk being the speaker? I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen. It'd be fun. Don't get me wrong.
No. I don't think that should happen. I don't think that needs to be the case. His influence is there. There's no question about it.
I think him and Vivek need to stay with the Doge.
Well, and that's not an elected position. It's not even a voting position, but it's going to be a place that it's going to be helpful to help the common man like you and I. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you in the common man category. For me, anyway.
Common man.
With the common plan. Dog ain't got a pedigree. Help us understand what's in some of these bills. Because when you understand some of the pork that truly is just totally nonsense.
Well, I mean, you saw it even before they're officially getting going in this new administration, just how much was revealed in that spending bill. I mean, it was just like, what?
Yeah. It's really important for us to examine the behavior of the reproduction behavior of the tsetse fly.
Well, it will be interesting going ahead. You talked about Wicker being the chairman of that particular committee. What about Michael Guest over in the House? Because he has been on several committees, including, I believe, the ethics committee there in the House. So I'm wondering how that will work itself out over on that side of the aisle. Of that chamber, rather, in the House. So.
That'll be it. We'll keep an eye on it, and you can listen to Mornings in Meridian, because we will be watching how these folks conduct the business on your behalf in Washington, D.C.
Keep up with the voting record.
Yeah, well, that's what we should do, because, with Michael Guest, for example, 2 years, he'll come up for re-election again. And, of course, now Roger Wicker, he's probably in there. I don't know. I was going to say for the duration, but Senator Grassley is 91.
Jeez.
So I'm thinking he is the most senior senator of the.
You think?
So, is he from Iowa? Is that where Grassley's from? I'm trying to think where he's from.
He's from the deep end of the swamp.
He's Senator Chuck Grassley. Notably, Iowa Senator Chuck in 91. He will continue to be the most senior member of the U.S. Senate in the 119th Congress, having served since 1981.
Now, we always talk about the Democrat. And then when they're about to go out potentially, I wonder what Grassley's worth was going in and what it is now.
Do you think we'll ever know? Do you think we will?
What the true number is?
You know how when you're watching TV and you see the crime scenes and they're drawing this yarn to connect all the dots and this and that. You think we'll ever see the lines that connect the dots of the money that comes back to congressional members or certain votes?
We don't have a big enough board for that, I think.
Are we just
even a billboard's not big enough?
Are we just resigned to a society of political access and influence by way of monetary kickbacks?
Pretty much.
Is that it?
I think we're there. We're going to be there.
Well, we're going to have to take our own version of the monetary kickback. We got to pay bills here, so we're going to take a break for this commercial break.
Where are you on sugar price supports?
Sugar price reports. Where should I be, Terry?
Shit, it makes no difference to me. If you're for them, I got money for you from my sugar producers in Louisiana and Hawaii. If you're against them, I got money for you from the candy manufacturers.
How Washington works.
You pick. Let's say 4.
Yeah, 4.
How about putting limits on malpractice awards?
Oh, you tell me.
Well, if you're for them, I got money from the doctors and insurance companies. If you're against them, I got money from the trial lawyers. Let's put you down as against.
Yeah, you know what? Put me down for against.
Pizza.
Oh, no, this salad's going to be enough for me.
Not for lunch, old buddy. For pack money.
You thought I was serious? That's fucking
Oh, man.
Well, you are.
fucking with you. I'll put
Oh, man.
Terry, tell me something. With all this money coming in from both sides, how could anything possibly ever get done?
It doesn't. That's the genius of the system.
Okay.
So accurate.
There it is from the distinguished gentleman with Eddie Murphy. How does things get done in Washington?
I think that scene is so accurate.
Wow. Well done. Well done.
And when he first gets elected, Eddie Murphy basically gets elected in a district in Florida because a guy dies and he just has the same name.
Yeah, it's just a pure accidental.
He never thinks he get elected, but he just happens to have the guy's same name and he gets elected. But when he first gets there, he's like, let's have a fundraising dinner for you. And we're going to do 500 a head and 25,000. That'll get you started. He said, how much of that money are you going to get? He's like, I'll bill them later when I go. You know, it's
$500 an hour or whatever.
Grief, man. But I just always thought that was so iconic because that's it's accurate.
That's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there you go. Washington at its finest.
Yeah.
With money coming in from both sides, how does anything ever get done?
Yeah.
It doesn't. That's the beauty of the system.
If you're for him, I got this money. If you're against him, I got this money. Good Lord.
It's a win-win. Oh, I'm telling you. Well, now I'm going to have to go watch that movie tonight.
It's a decent one. I think it was early mid-90s, I think. So
Eddie Murphy, movie-wise, Eddie Murphy has done pretty well. I mean, the Beverly Hills Cop things, he did, that little start up there with Saturday Night Live just turned into something good for that man.
Yeah, did okay. Had an okay job there.
He did okay. That's right. All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there, and you'll do okay too if you, if you were to ding up your car and you'd go pull it into your garage and you kind of get your little Bondo can out and try to smooth out the dent and then try to get your little sander and sand it off, and you're going to spray paint it with some can that you get down at, some big box store. And people are going to notice that, man, you fix that yourself. Yeah, it shows.
Yeah, definitely.
Or did you have it done in a lesser quality shop? It'll show as well. But I'll tell you what, if you'll take it to Premier Paint and Body Shop, that ding, dent, or crash will be repaired like new.
Absolutely. Premier Paint Body, fantastic manager down there, Ty Booker. And Ty's got a great staff there as well. And if you still got some traveling to do for the holidays, be sure you take your vehicle to Premier Paint Body if you have to. And of course, they're located at 1210 B Highway 39 North in Meridian. Of course, Ty has a great staff of painters and folks there in the office as well. And whether it's auto body repair, painting, automotive glass replacement, they do it all. And no job is too small or too large for the staff down at Premier Paint Body. They'll give you a free estimate. They work with all the insurance companies and help you navigate that minefield as well. And drop by and see them and have that cup of coffee and let them inspect your vehicle for some damage. If you happen to got into a fender bender during the Christmas holidays, they can take a look at it. 601-482-PAINT. That is 601-482-7246. That's the awesome staff down there. 1210B Highway 39 North, next door to Johnson Dodge. That's Premier Paint and Body.
1210B. All right, there you have it. It's Mornings in Meridian. We welcome your phone call here at 601-485-9191, 601-485-9191. Would love to talk with you. Well, I was giving you that report from the Magnolia Tribune about our senators. I just want to remind you that we do have another senator, and that's Cindy Hyde-Smith. She'll join Wicker in the Senate Rules Committee, also be serving on the Appropriations, Agriculture, and Energy Committees. And her return to these committees, all of which directly impact Mississippi in a variety of ways, will help her continue to move up the ranks in the conference. So she has served the Senate here in Meridian, or in Mississippi, for, well, since 2018. She'll be up for re-election in a couple of years.
Yeah, I thought she would be the next one.
26.
She'd be the next one to go there.
Yep.
You mean she needs to go? I didn't say that.
That's what he said. I heard him say it. I heard him say it. Cindy Hyde-Smith.
I guess that'll be the year 26. Let's see. That'll be state elections then, won't it? Or is it the 27?
Yeah.
Or is it 27?
I think 26 will just be midterms, and you'll have a few Senate races on that.
Yeah. And the state stuff like governor and stuff will be the next year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's an odd year.
And I think all
like
the
23. Isn't that when they had the last state election?
Yeah, ask McDaniel and Hoseman how that went. It got nasty.
Your mother wears combat boots. That's all right. Yours drives a beer truck.
Yeah.
I know she does. That used to be an insult. It's not anymore.
Well, speaking of this, I was on the Fox News website here a second ago, and they already have an article up here about the front runners for the White House in 28. I'm like, guys.
Well, let's see. I can
Slow
top the
news day, isn't it?
I can top the list there on the Republican side. It'd be, let's see, a guy named Vance. Is that right?
This is their list. DeSantis, Brian Kemp from Georgia, the governor there. Of course, J.D. Vance, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, Senator Ted Cruz of Texas, been there, done that already.
Sure.
Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, Josh Hawley of Missouri, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And then Vivek Ramaswamy's name was there at the tail end of the list. So that's kind of that's the list they put together. Like I said, slow news day at Fox, day after Christmas.
Well, let's talk about first woman president. You think Sarah Huckabee Sanders would be a good president?
I don't know enough about her record as governor of Arkansas to really give you a solid answer. I know she was a great press secretary in the beginning there for Trump, until she kind of took a different position there. But with JD Vance, I don't know if that'd be my pick, but JD Vance, I think, would be the front runner, I would think.
If here's the thing, if the economy does strengthen in these 4 years, if the economy strengthens and you're getting into that election year with some good results from the Trump administration, and if you have the border shut down and you have some deportation of in other words, if you have some of the promises kept, which you anticipate that there will be,
sure,
I think JD Vance is in a very good position to lead the party into the 28.
Well, I thought the one unique thing about Vance,
if he wants to,
during, I think especially the morning after the vice presidential debate. Now, that's a guy that I might be able to get behind because he has his moments where you're kind of like, okay, he has a little bit of Trump in him, but not much. But he's a guy that I think both sides of the aisle can gravitate toward in some shape, form, or fashion.
He got ticked off over this vote for the spending bill. That's for sure.
That's right.
He was expressing his he had some things to say about it.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. That's way down the road. But
it sure is.
So, but let's get into this.
I can save you some hassle.
Yeah,
it's going to be Vance.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, just so you know, when I say that, I'm talking about the Republican nominee.
But some of those people on that list legitimately could be
absolutely.
Absolutely. I think those governors are solid names. I've always admired Youngkin. I think he's done a great job there in Virginia. Of course, Kemp, I think, has done a pretty decent job there in Georgia. DeSantis obviously made a run this past time, but obviously he, kind of went early.
He's been good for Florida, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
That's been awesome to see him work in Florida.
But let's get to the 20th and this next term of this guy first.
Yeah. let's see how America does in the midterms in 26, and then we'll talk about 28.
But when I saw that headline, it was right underneath the headline that reads "Russia facing blame for the plane that crashed yesterday off of the 100 miles off the course." That was a headline right underneath it about the front runners for 28. And I'm like, You can definitely tell it was a Christmas in the Fox house yesterday. There's not a lot of headlines.
Yeah, all the news took the day off.
That's right.
There it is. Well, we haven't taken the day after Christmas off here. We want to, if there's anybody out there, we'll recheck our phone lines here. If anybody's out there, I'd like to check in with us. Call this number here. It's 601-485-9191, 601-485-9191. If you would like to be heard this morning.
Trump did put out a message yesterday on True Social. Did you see that?
I did not. I was off tomorrow. Yesterday.
He said,
wishful thinking.
Yeah, Trump put this on True Social yesterday. A Merry Christmas to the radical left lunatics who are constantly trying to obstruct our court system and our elections and are always going after the great citizens and patriots of the United States, but in particular, their political opponent, me. They know that their only chance of survival is getting pardons from a man who has absolutely no idea what he is doing. Also, to the 37 most violent criminals who killed, raped, and plundered like virtually no one before them, were just given incredibly a pardon by sleepy Joe Biden. I refuse to wish you a Merry Christmas and to those lucky souls, but instead I will say go to hell. We had the greatest election in the history of the country. A bright light is now shining over the U.S., and in 26 days we will make America great again. Merry Christmas. So I'm not wishing you 37 a Merry Christmas, but instead go to HE double hockey sticks.
I know what that means. It means the word hell.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was like, that's what he thinks of the 37 folks that got pardoned. Well, they're spending their life in prison now for the rest of their life instead of going to death row. So,
yeah, the commuted sentence.
Sentence.
In reality, death row is just a life sentence anyway. It's not, you sit there for years and years and years and get your medical and your 3 meals and 3 hots in a cot and all that good stuff. So I don't know. It's not a bad retirement plan for some.
Yay for the taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of getting a government check.
Yeah.
I get,
well, what have we always said?
I get to be cared for by either if it's the federal government or state dollars, if it's a state criminal.
Well, make that life in prison very uncomfortable. How about that?
That's probably a good deterrent to know that, prison is not something, you can always tell how good you are with punishing criminals by how many people try to break out.
Right.
Don't have that many trying to break out like
right.
we did back in the, the chain gang days and all the rest.
Some people out on the streets may want to break in.
That's it. Hey, weren't you just released? Yeah, I went out and committed a crime. Had to get back in.
Yeah.
I was starving out there.
I had a little bit better in here.
Oh, yeah.
In some cases, some of them do have it better in there.
I got me a nice big screen TV, a nice little lounge where I can come and watch all the sports games and all the rest. Oh, yeah. I don't want to be out there in that cruel world. Anyway, that's probably the way our prisons have become.
Yeah. So that was Donald Trump's message to the world yesterday and to those individuals. Once again, not mincing any words.
Well, taking a nice little pop shot at the old man as he leaves office. So
Sleepy Joe.
Count them down. How many? 20?
He said 26 yesterday, so be 25 now.
25 days left to be... the clock is ticking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking. I'm watching. I'm looking forward to this more than I was Christmas or New Year's.
The 20th.
The 20th.
Big day. That's a big day because you got that's the Martin Luther King holiday. You've got Inauguration Day. That's the day of the college football national championship too. So there's a lot of things going on that day.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of things going on that day.
Oh, you think Trump will take a break from his parties and
go to the game.
Watch the game?
He might.
Hey, you enjoy yourself. I got plenty of food and drink. I'm going to go to the game.
Yeah, the inauguration committee has done a wonderful job. But,
wonderful job.
But me and Melania got to go watch the ball game.
I'm very interested. I'm very interested in seeing how Melania is dealt with by the media in the 4 years ahead. And how she relates to being the first lady once again.
Anything's got to be better than what it was the first time.
I give her A's on how she handled the invitation to the White House after the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago in such a politically charged fashion.
Yep, she's handled everything, I think, with grace and dignity, I think.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Mornings in Meridian. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Lefty here.
Lefty.
I survived Christmas.
Did you really? What did you do for?
Well,
What did you get? What did Santa bring you, sir?
Another day.
Amen. That's a good gift. That's a great gift.
The best gift.
Amen. Amen.
You know, one day above, one more day 6 foot above. I was going to ask y'all what football games are going to be on today.
Football today.
That's a Rob. That's Rob's department. Rob will get that for you.
Well, they had
Is
2
there
on.
any football being played with a football on the football field today?
Well, as far as the college game is concerned, there is 3 games starting at 1:00 today.
Oh, okay, and they would be what?
Pitt and Toledo in the game above Sports Bowl. What
I'm taking the day off. I'm going to go watch Pitt and Toledo.
Rutgers and Kansas State and Arkansas State and Bowling Green. Sound like a bunch of snooze fest to me. So, and they're all on that 4-letter network, ESPN. So,
what did they say? ESPN used to. What does it say? It stands for.
It started out as a sports channel.
Sports network, isn't it? Yeah, they're kind of political though, aren't they?
Yeah, they used to be a sports network.
They're kind of controversial in some of their things, but anyway, I'm looking forward. It's one more day down closer to Inauguration Day, and buddy, I think that's when the fireworks are going to start.
Yep.
As soon as he's able to sit down with a pen.
It's been impressive to see how much the man's already done before he even takes the job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And what is the latest on Pete Hegseth?
You know, before the holidays, it seemed like he was kind of gaining a lot of momentum with support there in the Senate, but that story has gone a little quiet. So,
which could be a good news.
Which it could be good news, and of course, the same goes for Kash Patel for the FBI director position. So,
yeah, I think he's going to be ushered in no problem. But Pete, I hope Pete gets it. I think he'd be definitely be a plus to that position. But do the Democrats really have enough clout to stop any of the nominations?
Well, the thing is, what you got to watch out for these renegade Republicans that think they're going to make a statement on their own, and it's like, they're trying to really impress their constituency back by breaking from the herd.
That's the ones you got to watch.
Yeah, that's one thing the Republicans just can't seem to get down pat is lockstep, standing firm.
Get out of your own way.
Thank you.
They can't do it. They can't pull it off.
Precisely.
But anyway, I was just wondering what. There's just not a whole lot to do. It's not cold enough to go duck hunting. There's not enough water to go duck hunting. There's just not a whole lot to do today, pilgrims. But
now, Lefty, forgive me, sir, but I would be willing to bet you that if you had a ride out to the lake, you wouldn't go duck hunting. If somebody bought your ammunition, if somebody bought your ammunition and packed your lunch and gave you a ride out to the marsh, I don't think you'd go duck hunting. Why is it that I have that opinion?
Well, I tell you right now, I used to deer hunt and I thought it was expensive, but if you think duck hunting is any cheaper, you better think again, buddy, because there's all kinds of things you need to go duck hunting with. Man.
Yeah. But it is good to be just a common man with a common van, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mustang GT.
There you go.
That's one of the funniest songs, Christmas songs. That's a 12 pack of bud, 2 hunting dogs.
Yep.
2 hunting dogs.
Yep.
Just what I wanted, honey. Yeah, but anyway, well, I was just listening in. Y'all.
Well, I'm glad you are. Glad you checked in with us.
Smile. He's smile.
Yeah.
Isn't that ridiculous? 91 years old. I mean, whatever. I know he's a Republican and he's conservative. Didn't he used to do the Golden Fleece Award, or that was Proxmire, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't get me trying to remember. Don't try to get me to remember what happened 2 days ago. All right, we got to get this break in before the top of the hour, but it's good to hear from you, Lefty.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, we'll be right back. And as they say there, the group Boston, don't look back. Let's go forward. That's what's important.
Into 2025.
That's right. I know Boeing Corporation is thinking that. Don't look back.
Whoa.
Don't look at that back door there either. Don't look at that back window there.
One of the many stories of the year.
Mornings in Meridian. We're glad you're out there tuned in. I'll tell you, it's a good story this year and every year. That's the folks down at Purvis Business Machines. They provide service without excuses. Fine products. A great place to go and shop for your business machines.
Yay for credit card bills this year and all the other bills you have mounting up from the Christmas shopping season. But if you want to save a little bit of money or a lot of money on a new business machine for your office or your home office or your church, how about lease return color copiers where you can save, folks, up to 85%. You heard right. 85% savings down there at Purvis Business Machines. Of course, they sell, service, rent, lease, all those quality name brand office items that do everything from not just copy machines, but those all-in-one devices that just do everything you could imagine. So, and if you go to someone's office and you see that item with that red, white, and blue sticker, well, you know it came from Purvis Business Machines. So all those name brands like Toshiba, CopyStar, Kyocera, and Hewlett-Packard. Call them today at 601-693-COPY or go online to gopurvis.com. That is gopurvis.com, or swing by that beautiful showroom at 4505 Highway 39 North in Meridian. 693-COPY is how you can get in touch with Don Lucas and the Purvises down there at Purvis Business Machines.
Good folks. Good folks. Well, that's it. This the day after Christmas. Good job getting the tree down in record time.
Yeah.
And we'll be back again tomorrow for more of Mornings in Meridian. Remember, God bless and
buy local.
See y'all. Bye.